Sixth question. The process by which organisms with different evolutionary evolve similar phenotypic adaptations in response to a common environmental challenge is called. Okay. Here we will come to the concept of convergent and divergent evolution. Let's try and look at them one after. The common was that the trick to remember or solve such MCQs. These are very confusing topics. How do you solve? The word to remember is when you have convergent evolution, you have a common habitat. But when you have divergent evolution, you have a common ancestral stock. These are the key things to remember. So whenever in a question you see that there is a common habitat, so what happens is when analogous, or what happens is that people, they come from different ancestral stocks. Different species have come from different ancestral stocks, but they have landed up in a common habitat. For example, an aquatic habitat. Now they need to have adaptations to survive in that aquatic habitat, although they do not have common ancestral. So when they have a common habitat and their organs are differently anatomically structured, different anatomical structure, but a common habitat will make them have similar features. So different structures anatomically, but common function. The most common example given in the NCERT for this is the wing of a bird and wing of an insect. So when you look at them, both of them are used for flying. But the anatomical structure in a bird, for example, you see it just like a forelimb. So you see radius, ulna, carpals, you see a proper anatomical structure. Whereas in insects you don't, as you must have. So that is when they have a common function. Both of them are used for flying, but anatomically they are different. So they are analogous organs, or this is convergent evolution. When you come to divergent evolution, that they have a common ancestral stock, but due to different habitat, their anatomy has modified itself or adapted itself to be more comfortable for them in that habitat. The common example for this is forelimbs. Now if you see in bats or birds, like I said, their forelimbs are turned into wings, but they have that same structure. They have the bony structure, anatomical structure as the same as a mammal or a whale. They have the radius, the ulna, carpals, the digits. So the bones are the same. So anatomical structure remains the same, but due to different habitats, their organs have adapted themselves or modified or evolved. This is divergent evolution. It came from a common ancestral stock, and then it divided itself into different habitats. This is where you see divergent evolution. And convergent evolution, conversely, when you have people from different or organisms from different ancestral stocks, but they all come to a common habitat. So now let's apply this logic. Let's apply this trick and let's see this. The process by which organisms with different evolutionary evolve similar phenotypic adaptations. What do we see? Different evolutionary history. याद रखने का क्या है? It is different evolutionary history, but similar phenotypic adaptation. What has happened that their organs have adapted themselves to have similar features. In this case, different ancestral stock but common habitat due to response to a common environmental challenge. Right? This is a common habitat. The answer to this would be convergent evolution. The process by which organisms with different evolutionary history. Different evolutionary history मतलब पहला ही क्वेश्चन आपका क्या है? Ancestral history, ancestral stock अलग है. Evolve similar phenotypic adaptations in response to common environment. आपके आगे common environmental change, common habitat and phenotypic adaptation similar मतलब similar function. आपके तीन parameters cross हो गए. तो ये कौन सा आएगा? ये convergent आएगा because तीनों correct है. तो evolutionary history आपकी अलग है. Divergent वो ancestral stock उसका अलग हो गया. Phenotypic adaptation similar functions है उसके और habitat भी उसका common है. सीधा homologous organs या फिर convergent evolution.